Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Ballava Girivara-dhari. Yasodanandana Vrajajana Rajana Yamuna Tirana-chari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Ballava Girivara-dhari. Yasodanandana Vrajajana Rajana Yamuna Tirana-chari. Yamuna Tirana-chari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Ballava Girivara-dhari. Yasodanandana Vrajajana Rajana Yamuna Tirana-chari. Yamuna Tirana-chari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasari Gaura-bhakta-vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasari Gaura-bhakta-vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Vivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Bol Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol, Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol, Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol, Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol, Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol, Jayo Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrita Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Shayam Udirayet Sri Chaitanya Nanovistan Stapitayana Vustale Svayan Rupa Kadam Mayam Dadatyeva Padamtikam Bandeham Sri Guru Syuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrahatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitantam Sashivam Salveitam Sabadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchala Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisavanu Sute Devi Pranamani Hari Priye Manchakalpa Taruvyacha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. As you like.
Hare Krishna. So it's our great fortune to have the association of His Holiness Rupa Raghunath Swami Maharaj. Maharaj is from Argentina. He was born in 1942 in an Italian-speaking family. He has been a seeker of truth from his very beginning of childhood, and he traveled to almost 60 different countries in search of truth, in search of God. He also came to Himalayas and stayed for many years in the association of different sadhus and had many thrilling experiences and realizations at Himalayas with the different sadhus. And later on, he got introduced to Srila Prabhupada's movement. He met Srila Prabhupada once and had the great fortune of having a merciful glance of Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj speaks many languages such as Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, many others. He has also written books on Padyatra in Spanish and Italian language. He also published one comic on women liberation. Maharaj has been participating in Padyatras all across the world. More than 25 worldwide Padyatras Maharaj has participated. And he has been a very powerful, enthusiastic book distributor also. For 15 years, he has done the book distribution service in various countries. And currently, Maharaj preaches in Italy, and for last 20 years, Maharaj has been preaching very exclusively in different parts of Maharashtra like Nagpur, Amravati, Pandharpur, Arwade, Pune, Vrindavan, Latur, Vallavidhyanagar, etc. In March of 2017, Maharaj received sannyas initiation from His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj, and since then he is preaching more in the areas of Maharashtra. He has been stationed at Latur also for several years to develop the project. So Maharaj comes to Pune, but mostly he stays at Shri Shri Radha Kunjvari temple. We don't get his association so often. But this time we are fortunate that Maharaj has made his base here at Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra temple. So let us very heartfelt and warmly welcome Maharaj to Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Mandir by once loudly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare.
So we read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 4, the Hamsa Guya prayers. Today we read the text 33. We start by the word in Sanskrit, if you want to repeat it. Yaha anugrahartam bhajatam padamulam anama rupaha bhagavan anantaha namami rupami cha janma karma vihi Vijay Saha Mayam Paramaha Prasidatu Yanugrahartam Bhajatam Padamulam Anamarupo Bhagavananantaha Namani Rupani Cha Janma Varma Bir Vishesa Mayam Paramaha Prasidatu Yonurahartam Bhajatam Padamulam Anamarupo Bhagavananantaha Namani Rupani Cha Janma Karma Vir Vijay Mayam Paramaha Prasidatu Yunurahartam Bhajatam Padamulam Anamarupo Bhagavananantaha Namani Rupani Janma Kamavir Vijay Samayam Paramaha Prasidatu Matashis, someone else? Yaha, who? The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Anugrahartam, to show His costly mercy. Bhajatam, to the devotees who always render devotional service. Padamulam, to His transcendental lotus feet. Anama, with no material name. Rupa, or material form. Bhagavam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Anantaha, unlimited. All-pervading and eternal existing. Namani, transcendental holy name. Rupani, His transcendental form. Cha, also. Janma Kalma Vihi, with his transcendental birth and activities. Beje, manifest. Saha, he. Mayam, junto mí. Paramaha, the supreme Prasidatu. The supreme, Prasidatu. May he be merciful. So we read translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is inconceivably opulent, who is devoid of all material name, form, and pastime, and who is all-pervading, is especially merciful to the devotees who worship His lotus feet. Thus, He exhibits transcendental form and name with His different pastime. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose form is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss, be merciful to me. On the purport, Srila Prabhupada writing, in regard to the significant word Anama Rupa, Sri Sridhara Swami say, Prakrita Nama Rupa Rahitopi, the word Anama, which means having no name, indicate that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no material name. Simply by chanting the name of Narayana, he called his son Ajamila, attain salvation. This means that Narayana is not an ordinary mundane name. It is no material. The word Anama, therefore, indicate that the name of the Supreme Lord do not belong to this material world. The vibration of the HareKrishna Mahamantra is not a material sound. And similarly, the form of the Lord and His appearance and activities are all non-material. To show His costly mercy to the devotees, appear in the material world with name, form, and pastime, all of which are transcendental. An intelligent man who cannot understand this thing, that this name, form, and pastime are material, and therefore they deny that He as a name, then he has a name or form. Considering with scrutiny the conclusion of non-devotees who say that God have no name, and that of devotees who know that his name is no material, are practically the same. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has no material name, form, birth, appearance of disappearance, but nevertheless, he takes his birth, Janma, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.6. Ajopisam avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropisam prakriti svamadhishtaya sambhavami atma mayaya. Although the Lord is unborn, Aja, and his body never undergo material change, he nevertheless appears as an incarnation, maintaining himself always in the transcendental stage, Shuddha Sattva. Thus, he exhibits his transcendental form, name, and activities. That is special mercy toward his devotee. Others may continue merely argue about whatever the absolute truth as form or not, but when a devotee, by the grace of the Lord, see the Lord personally, he becomes spiritually ecstatic. An intelligent person say, the Lord do nothing. Actually, he has nothing to do, but nevertheless, he has to do everything, because without his sanction, no one can do anything. If we understand, if we realize it, we are soul, we must also realize it, the soul do nothing. Can I have Bhagavad Gita? English? And this is something many persons have difficulty to understand this point. The soul do nothing. Srila Prabhupada say thank you, the action of the being is combination between the supreme whim with the 24 elements. When I read that the first time, I ask myself where I am. Because if the activity of the soul is combination between the supreme whim with the 24 element, I am not the supreme whim. I am not the material element. So I am not in this program. No activities. And many devotees have difficulty to understand this point. Even devotees. Because the soul is passive performer. That is the Bhahuti. She spoke about this point with Kapila Deva. Passive performer. And this is the point. That is what is difficult to understand. Because passive and perform are two opposite, completely opposite. Passive performer. So passive because she do nothing. And performer because it's the impetus of the activity. Is the battery of your mobile. You take out the battery of your mobile and your mobile marguea. So pacíficos do nothing. And performer, because it's the impetus of the activity, is the battery of your mobile. But in reality, who act is the gunas. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvajaha ahankara vimudadma kartaha miti manyate. I think it's 327, no? $327. I know this is locked in Italian and Spanish. For that I have to read, because in English I don't know. I know the meaning. 327. Yeah. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvajaha ahankara vimudadma kartaham iti manyate. The spirit soul, bewildered by the influence of false ego, think himself the doer of action that are in actually carried out by the three moods of material nature. It's always the guna, by karma, influences the subtle body. And the subtle body, there is the mind. And the mind is responsible of all body activities. So by guna influence, the mind become the responsible of all body activity and all reaction. For that, we chant every day, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, because the mind must to become a very good friend. Otherwise, very strong enemy. Why we are in this material body? Because in previous life, the mind do personal programs. So the devotee don't follow the program of the mind. The devotee follow the Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu. And by chanting every day, perform devotional service, the mind become more and more purified. When the mind is completely purified, who act is the pure consciousness. And this is the perfection. When the consciousness becomes completely pure, we recuperate the Svarupa Siddhi in the spiritual world. So, if we realize the soul do nothing, if we realize I am soul, in reality do nothing, the soul do nothing, we appreciate more and more all the activity of the Lord. We are more able to surrender. Surrender is not to shave your head shave and make obeisance. This is not surrender. Surrender means to realize my activity is not independent, depend of Bhakti Devi or Maya Devi. But I am soul, I in reality, I don't do nothing. In the conditioned state, I do nothing. I just maintain alive this body. What I do now here? What I do now here? Question, what I do here now? You don't know? No?
Execute the will of the Lord.
I am soul. I do nothing. I am witness of this situation. All that is in my perception, because the soul has perception. But here I do nothing. I am just witness. Bhagavad Gita it is, chapter 13, Nature, the Enjoyer and Consciousness. Text 30. Prakritaiva chakarmani kriyamanani sarvasaha yaha pasyati tatmanam akartaram sapasyati. One who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature, and see that the self do nothing, actually see. You understand? Someone who understands the soul do nothing, he get the right to understand. And Krishna touched the same argument in the 32, two slok after, the 32. Anaditvam nigunatvam paramatmyam avyayaha Sarirostu pikanteyana karoti nalipyate. Those with the vision of eternity can see that the imperishable soul is transcendental, eternal, and beyond the mood of nature. Despite contact with the material body, O Arjuna, the soul neither do anything, nor is entangled. Someone feel free, another feel entangled by too many problems. But in reality, this is who's suffering is the false ego. It's not the soul. The soul is completely transcendental. The consciousness is individual. What that mean? The consciousness is individual because the consciousness can be material or can be spiritual. If the consciousness is material, use the intelligence to do material progress, material enjoyment. If the consciousness is spiritual, use the intelligence to do spiritual progress. That means that the consciousness can be material or spiritual, but the soul, no. The soul is always spiritual, even if it's covered by Maya. When we realize this point, first we feel more free of false ego. And second, we appreciate more and more the mercy of the Lord, because everything is the mercy of the Lord. If now I get enough air to breathing, it's by the mercy of Lord. 2-3 years ago, I got coronavirus and I got no any more air. The breathing was very, very short. In this moment, I appreciate how it's important to have all the air you want. But that is by the mercy of the Lord. The soul is not in this program. One time, one scientific man asked Srila Prabhupada, how you can explain in a scientific way the soul is eternal. Imagine one scientific man come and ask this question. Explain to me in a scientific way the soul is never die. But Srila Prabhupada, he give one answer very, very clear. He say, Nahanyate hanyamane sarire. There is nothing more scientific. What did Krishna say? Nahanyate hanyamane sarire. Don't die when the body die. And this is one point. We know that, and we repeat it always. We preaching, we inform everybody. The soul don't die when the body die. But one thing is to get this information, jnana. Another is to have vijnana, the realization. Because in this moment, here coming one snake, and maybe you forget the Shastra. Because it's necessary realization. So when we understand, in the conditioned state, in reality, I do nothing. Because what I see, the Shastra explain. What I see, what I hear, what I feel, and also my whim is direct by the Paramatma. That means everything is the mercy of the Lord. And this is one point to realize it, to surrender. Completely surrender. 5:14. Bhagavad Gita 5:14. Nakartritvam nakarmani lokasya srishati prabhu nakarma pala samyogas bhavavatu pravartate. The embodied spirit is the soul, okay? the embodied spirit, master of the city of his body, do not create activity, nor do he induce people to act, nor do he create the fruit of action. All this enacted by the mood of material nature. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He has nothing to do personally, for signs his potency are perfect. Perfect. Krishna is Purna. Purna means infiniment perfect. Everything is immediately done by his will. His will. Person to whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not revealed cannot see how he is working. And therefore, they think that even if there is God, he has nothing to do or has no particular name. Actually, the Lord's name already existed before of his transcendental activities. The Lord is sometimes called Guna Karma Nama, because he is named according to his transcendental activities. For example, Krishna means all attractive. This is the Lord's name because his transcendental quality make him very attractive. As a small boy, he lifted Govardhan Hill, and in his childhood he killed many demons. Such activity are very attractive, and therefore he is something called Giridhari, Madhusudana, Aganisudana, and so on. Because he acted as the son of Nanda Maharaj, he is called Nanda Tanuja. This name already existed, but since non-devotee cannot understand the name of the Lord, he is sometimes called Anama or nameless. This means that he has no material name. All his activities are spiritual, and therefore he has a spiritual name. Generally, less intelligent men are under the impression that the Lord has no form. Therefore, he appeared in the original form as Krishna, Satchitananda Vigraha, to carry out his mission of participating in the battle of Kurukshetra and pastime to protect the devotees and vanquish the demons. Paritranaya sadunam vinasaya chaduskritam. This is the mercy for those who think that he has no form and no work to do. Krishna came to show that in that he worked so gloriously that no one else can perform such uncommon act. Although he appeared as a human being, he married 16,108 wives, which is impossible for a human being to do. The Lord performed such activity to show people how great he is, how affectionate he is, and how merciful he is. That is what we speak previously. When we realize the soul in conditioned state the soul do now nothing, we realize this point. The Lord performs such activity to show people how great He is, how affectionate He is, and how merciful He is. But if we continue to think or to speak, I do, I will do, I planning to do, I do, we never will realize this point. Although his original name is Krishna, Krishna tu Bhagavan Svayam, he acts in unlimited way. And therefore, according to his word, he has many, many thousand names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Someone have in your database there, in the phone, you have the, when the Bahut is 3:27:19. 3:27:19. When the Bahuti speak with Kapila Deva and she speak about the soul is passive performer. Passive performer. Mm-hmm. In the purport of this slok, 3:27:19, Srila Prabhupada writing, although the living entity desire freedom from the contamination of matter, he is not give release. Actually, as soon as a living entity put himself under the control of the mood of material nature, that means from the moment we follow in the Mahatattva, his acts are influenced by the quality of material nature, no? Prakriti Kriyamanani. And he become passive. He become passive. It is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Prakriti Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani. The living entity act according to the quality of mood of material nature. Is the by karma in the subtle body there is some influence, guna influence. This is by karma. He falsely think that he is acting, but unfortunately, he is passive. It's important to read this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Question of comment? Yes. Nihongo wakarimasu ka?
No, American. From the U.S. Yeah. Thank you very much for the enlivening class. I really like the point you're touching on how the soul is the passive performer. My question is, you're saying in the conditioned state, the soul is a passive performer. So what happens in the liberated state? Does the soul become active or does it also remain passive?
Try to speak without micro.
Without the microphone? Okay. So the soul in the liberated state,
The soul liberate.
when the soul becomes liberated,
Yeah.
then does it still remain the passive performer?
Yeah, we spoke about the conditional soul. When we say that we read Krishna, we read fourth slok where Krishna says the soul do nothing. But that is about conditional soul, no liberate soul.
This only pertains This is the conditional state. And my other question is, if the soul is doing nothing, is the passive reformer, then how is it that the soul is able to attain like pious or impious activities to become responsible?
How the soul is
Responsible for
responsible.
responsible.
Yes.
Passive reformer, how is the soul responsible?
Yes. In the Vedanta Sutra, there is one quotation where we read, even if the soul do nothing, she is responsible of her situation. Even if the soul do nothing in the conditioned state, she is responsible of this situation. Because when the living entity was in the spiritual world, everything is Satchitananda, okay? There is no guna influence in the spiritual world. It's no guna influence. It's no duality. But one day got the idea to imitate Krishna or become Krishna. And by this idea developed consciousness of duality. Even if in Vaikuntha is no duality, you can see 428.53. 428.53. So developed consciousness of duality. And by this consciousness of duality, had to serve Krishna. And by this consciousness, follow in the Mahatattva. Srila Prabhupada explained here. (428:53). Just a moment, because it's one part there is. Okay, I will read all. This is an explanation of how the living entity fall down in this material world. In the spiritual world, there is no duality. No, there is no head. The Supreme Personality of Godhead expands himself into many in order to enjoy bliss more and more. The Supreme Lord expands himself in different categories as mentioned in the Vara Purana. He expands himself in Vishnu Tattva, the Swansa expansion, and in his marginal potency, the Vivimamsa, or the living entity. They expanded, the living entity are innumerable, just as the minute molecule of sunshine are innumerable expansion of the sun. The Vivinamsa expansion, the marginal potency of the Lord, are the living entity. When the living entity desire to enjoy themselves, they develop a consciousness of duality and come to hate the service of the Lord. In this way, the living entity fall into the material world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. And now you try to purify the consciousness again to go back by the mercy of the Lord. Freedom means I have the choice, serve Bhakti Devi or serve Maya Devi. This is our freedom. No other freedom. Many materialist people say, I'm free, I do what I want. It's not like that. No. Nobody is independent. The living entity can be completely independent when she depends completely on the Absolute. Understand this point? It's clear? You can become independent only when you depend completely on the Absolute. In this moment, yes, because you are impregnated of love, and Krishna let you do what you want there in Vaikuntha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Take note of this if you want. 4:28:53. Yes, and read again. For that, there is this is in the Vedanta Sutra. There is this instruction. Even if the soul do nothing, is responsible of the situation. The Mahatattva is created to satisfy the desire of the Nityavada. The Mahatattva is the shell of Durga. The Mahatattva is created, and we are inside. The Mahatattva is created to satisfy the desire of the Nityavada. There is Nityavada or Nityasiddha. Okay? So the material world is created to satisfy the desire of the Nityavada. But by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Gaura Nitai, we become Kripasiddha. Kripasiddha means liberate by the mercy of the Lord. Everything is the mercy of the Lord. What we explained this morning is to understand one point. Everything is the mercy of the Lord. Everything. Even the air we respire. We respire because He gives the possibility. Never, cannot become proud. When you realize that, how you can become proud? I am the controller. How is possible? That coming from illusion. Srila Prabhupada say brown coming from illusion. Some other question? Yes. Don't need a micro. The micro is boom, 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 boom. Sarva dharmam parityaja. Yes. Surrender to me. Yes. In the conditioned state, it's not the jiva who decides, the mind. Okay, no, it's one difference. You understand what I'm saying? Long question. What is the question? What is the question? Question. I'm desire. Desire. It's in the conditional state, not the soul who desire. You don't believe in the soul do nothing? You don't believe in the soul do nothing? You don't believe in the soul do nothing? I think you don't believe in the soul do nothing. You believe in or don't believe in the soul do nothing? We read 4 or 5 slokas where they explain the soul do nothing. By question, we get no the Vijnana. Krishna say the soul do nothing, but I cannot understand that. So what I do? First thing, I accept it. I don't understand, but Krishna say the soul do nothing. So I accept maybe one day he will give me the Vijnana. Maybe, if he won. If he won when he won, I cannot do anything. So what I do? Krishna say, the soul do nothing. We just read 4 slokas, 5. We say, the soul do nothing. I don't understand. But you will not understand by question. No. You must do. So Krishna say the soul do nothing. I accepted that, but I don't understand. And then so many people don't understand. But by performer devotional service, by accepting and follow, he will give you the realization. Krishna consciousness practice mean I accept the instruction and I follow the instruction. That is Krishna consciousness. It's not easy. One time, I remember many years ago, one spiritual master, he say, cultivate Krishna consciousness mean cultivate one attitude. The attitude of accept and follow. I accept the instruction, I follow the instruction. That is Krishna consciousness. So by this way, if we don't put the false ego in the middle, we accept the. He explained that this spiritual master, he say, cultivate the attitude to accept. I accept the instruction and I follow the instruction. And after he say, and that is very difficult, he say. Because perform bhakti yoga, perform service is susukam. It's very sweet. Huh? I remember when I come in ISKCON first time, then send me in the kitchen to wash the pot. And in Europe, it's very cold. But there, when we went to the kitchen to wash pot, the first thing we put one big pot to heat water. And we wash the pot with hot water. And there we was 4 or 5 devotees washing pot and chanting and I think this day was the first time I feel what is freedom, yes. Because the happiness we experimented in this moment was so strong, we have to control. Because sometimes you want to throw something like that. Yeah. And this is you feel this is a Paramatma give you. That is realization. He make you understand what is susukam, what is devotional service. Yeah. So if I don't understand, yes, it's Narada Muni can understand all the thousand. We have 18,000 slok in the Bhagavatam. And Narada Muni, he knows much more, 18,000, because in another planet it's not 80,000. It's so many 100,000 slok. He know all. He know all. So what can I say? Well, if I don't understand something, I say, Krishna, please, give me opportunity to understand it. You just perform a devotional, and one day, I got this experience sometime after 5-6 years, get one question here and cannot understand, ask someone, and I cannot take the answer. And after 5 years, one day, one devotee told me this, but with very few words. But in reality, it's not that it's the Paramatma. He saw I insisted 5-6 years to have this question, and in one moment say, okay, he give me, but it's very easy. It's very easy. Yeah, when he won, it's very easy. But he don't want, you cannot insist to. Krishna say the soul do nothing. Okay, Hare Krishna. One time I meet one teacher on Mayapur, and when we touch this argument, immediately he say, yeah, no, of course, he say, who act is not the soul, is the guna. Like that. I understood immediately. He got, the Paramatma give him this realization. Other way, you will, if you don't understand, and you want to understand by, you will look, the mind will look for argument in this Shastra and the another too, to say the opposite, because you don't understand. But the solution is not to cut the page. No. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Thai Gaur Premanande. Thank you for your attention.
I accept the